What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and we are back again. I hope, please don't leave. Thank you for everyone who's staying. It's actually really fun doing these YouTube videos, and of course, it is 10 times more fun when you're doing it on a game you love, like 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. If you guys follow me on the timeline, you already know that I stand this game to no end. This game's absolutely amazing, and Netmarble has done such an amazing job at giving us just quality updates, content, and an amazing game overall. And I've been saying this a bunch of times, but if 7 Deadly Sins, let's say this wasn't 7 Deadly, the same exact game, right? But you just swap out the brand. Instead of 7 Deadly Sins, we talk about Naruto or Dokkan. This game would be a billion times, like just through the roof in terms of popularity, and you would see it breaking like every single record known to man. But maybe not Naruto, but definitely Dragon Ball for sure. The quality of this game is so good. It's just a great time. So because of this, I was planning on making a beginner's guide, and I'm probably gonna wait until Global comes out, because now that we know Global is coming out, we always knew Global was coming out, right? It would be an absolute mistake for them not to release Global, and Netmarble is a company known for releasing a global version, of their Japanese games or Korean games or whatever. We were just never given a date, and we still do not have a date. All we have is this Twitter account. There is a Facebook account as well. I think the same exact name as this, but definitely follow them on Twitter. If you want to keep up to date. I don't know any more than you guys. I'm just going to be keeping track of this Twitter account to see when we get it. Now, coming soon, I'm going to take a guess, because pre-reg is not up. I'm going to have to say at least like 2 months to 3 months, realistically. So I'm talking about February, March. I believe we'll see it sometime around February, hopefully end of January. You want it sooner because season 3 is ongoing. You want to be able to capitalize on that. Well, when I say you, I mean Netmarble and whoever owns 7 Deadly Sins, I guess. But that's kind of what I'm expecting right now. But all we have is this one tweet. There really is no content here. There's no audio either. It's just coming soon. What do we know about the game currently? So, the game, it has been out for 6 months. We just passed the 6-month anniversary. And that's a very big gap. And if you know one thing about, gacha games, is that the gap in the games can be a deterring factor to some people. Because a lot of people will play the Japanese game just because they don't want to wait every single time for, stuff to come out to global. And a big example of this is Dokkan. Dokkan is, I think, six months behind in terms of global and JP. But the biggest difference between Global and JP Dokkan is that the app versions are different. And that is a huge thing that I want to talk about right now. Global, when JP Dokkan gets an update for a new quality of life or new improvement or something, Global does not get that until 6 months later. Now, what I am hoping that Netmarble does is they release the game with all the new features in it, but start from day one when it comes to the content, the characters, the story, etc. I really hope they do not sync the game up, because it's just, I don't want it, simply because as someone who's played the game since day one, it is going to be a nightmare to catch up to where the game currently is. Let's say the game just came out, right? And it's just the same exact game as JP, completely synced up, separate servers, so it's not like you're playing with anyone on JP. But if they have all the content out, you're going to be going crazy and feeling like the game is so overwhelming, because you just have no sense of direction on what to do. There's no progression kind of system, in a sense. I don't know, like a way to... There's no progression stops, right? Like, there should be a point where you play a lot, you catch up, you do all your things, and then it kind of halts. You give yourself a couple weeks, a month, and then you move on to the next section. If it's just constantly 24/7 updates, new content, you feel like you're obligated to play the game 24/7, and that's not what I want. If the game came out with it synced up, it would just be really bad for free-to-play players because this game does feature in-game purchases that can help speed up your progress. And those purchases are garbage because of the pacing of the game, right? Like anyone who spends money on like in-game materials to help level up faster or to awaken their units or anything like that is literally just wasting their money because there's no rush to anything, right? There is no need to get like, you know, a new update comes out and it's like, oh, a new level cap, I gotta rush to 85, level 85 today. No, there's literally no need to. And because of that, those purchases, those packs are so garbage because you just don't need them. Regardless, like whether you're a whale or not, you just that's one of the worst ways to spend your money. And here the difference is going to be if they sync up, you get so much more value out of those packs because you're just going to skyrocket through. And the reason why it matters is because PvP exists and you get, you know, rewards based on where you end up in PvP. So if you have all these whales dominating the top, and whales currently do dominate the top, but everyone else isn't far behind because there's progression stops, right? You know, the whales can speed up, do their thing in day one, but by the second week of an update, everyone else is caught up. And then all of a sudden, once everyone else is caught up, there's like a two-week gap where there's no more updates, and you know everyone's on the same playing field. But here, let's say a whale just buys their way up to the top. You're not, as a free-to-play player, you're not catching up at all. So, TLDR, it is really, really well. I really hope that the game just begins on day one, regardless of if they keep the app updates or not. I would prefer, like I made a poll a while back, and I asked, you know, what would you choose if you to sync with JP or start from day one? And it is a super close poll too. That's the thing. Personally, I would prefer if the game came out with day one, regardless. But the best situation, the ideal day one start is if they kept the app updates. So all the quality of life changes they made would still be there from the beginning, but you get to progress at the same pace that JP did when the game came out. That'd be it. So besides that, if you guys are interested in some of the content and want to get yourself a head start for when Global comes out, feel free to check out any of my videos where I go over the game, beginner's guides, things like that. If you want to just play JP so you can get a feel for it, that is definitely something I recommend as well, because this game is super competitive. And guilds exist in here as well, and there's guild rankings, guild bosses, there's just ranking systems, PvP. So knowing what to do when the game comes out is huge. I'm going to have the advantage because I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And if the game starts from day one, I have all that knowledge of me playing here. And yeah, I'll definitely be maining Global, right? And most likely I will sell my JP account and just swap over to Global and start fresh. Because that's where the audience really is. Or I'll keep my JP, but I won't spend any money on it. I'll just keep it for videos and things like that. That's really it. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If there's anything you want to know about this game, let me know. I'm gonna be making content. If you guys are a global, hey, what you doing here, hero? Huh? Oh, what? Oh! Look at the hype on the timeline. We got Tyler, aka Nanogenics, talking about playing 7 Deadly Sins as well. It's over, guys. I'm telling you, play this game, please, please, for the love of God. This is the best mobile game I've ever played, ever. In the history of gacha games, in the history of my last like 5 years playing gacha games, like 20 different gacha games, this is by far the best one I've ever played. And yeah, that's really it. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.